Gameweek 13 was one to forget, with a below average score of 46 points resulting in a drop down from 42k to 97k. Newcastle conceded a somewhat controversial goal against Spurs, when it appeared as Davinson Sanchez may have got a slight touch as the ball made its way to Harry Kane at the back post. But after a lengthy VAR check, a lack of clear evidence meant the goal stood. There were no returns at all in defence, after who else but Leandro Trossard wiped out Man City's clean sheet. Nico Williams added to the frustration with a clean sheet on the bench. Unbelievably, the only return in midfield also came on the bench with Andreas Pereira, who set up 2 Fulham goals as they came from behind to beat Leeds 3-2. Mo Salah was twice denied by Dean Henderson, taking a total of 4 shots inside the box, with Almiron the only midfielder to attempt more in Gameweek 13. So Alexander Mitrovic got the only significant return in the starting 11, taking into account Erling Haaland's ownership. The Serb was afforded a free header at the front post after Andreas Pereira had picked him out from a corner. So let's move on to discuss the transfer plans for Gameweek 14. There's one free transfer available, 2.3 million in the bank, and despite the poor showing in Gameweek 13, I'm quite happy with how the squad looks for the most part. I was weighing up a move from Ivan Perisic to Trent Alexander-Arnold last game week, but decided against it after it was rumoured the England right back was set to be left out of the starting 11 to face Forest, and that is what happened. I'm still very tempted by that move this week, especially after Andreas Pereira reminded us how vulnerable Leeds often are from set pieces. But as usual with Perisic, it's all about gauging whether or not he's likely to start, which will hopefully become more clear towards the end of the week after Tottenham face Sporting Lisbon in the Champions League. Ties with Bournemouth and Leeds in the next 3 game weeks still offer promise if he gets the game time. To complicate matters further, Dominic Solanke rolled his ankle just before half-time against West Ham on Monday night, making him a major injury doubt ahead of this weekend's match with Spurs. I was actually planning to bench him already in favour of Andreas Pereira, but I really need to know how serious his injury is before I consider using the money in the bank to bring in Alexander-Arnold. If Solanke does look like missing game weeks 15 and 16, I may instead need to use those funds on an upgrade for him. Either way, I'm not planning to sell him this week. I can afford to bench him and delay that decision until game week 15. But as it stands, my 2 main targets up front are Gianluca Scamacca and Dominic Calvert-Lewin, primarily driven by their favourable fixtures. So my current plan is to hope that Perisic is well placed for a start come the end of the week, so that I can save the free transfer. And here's how the team is set to line up. Nick Pope faces a reformed Aston Villa side, further boosted by the arrival of new manager Unai Emery. They scored just 7 goals in 11 matches under Steven Gerrard this season, but fired 4 past Brentford in their first game since his departure last weekend. But Newcastle have conceded just 2 goals in their last 4 home matches, ranking joint best with West Ham for big chances conceded, each with 2. Ivan Perisic is again the biggest differential in defence, alongside the highly owned Cancelo and Trippier. His average of 0.43 big chances created per 90 minutes this season ranks top amongst teammates. Bournemouth have notched just 2 goals in their last 4 matches, ranking joint bottom with Wolves. They fashioned a league low total of 2 big chances in that time and may now be without talisman Dominic Solanke. Wilfried Zaha scored in his last outing at Selhurst Park to help Crystal Palace to a 2-1 win over Wolves. In 6 home matches this season, he's bagged 4 goals and an assist to average 6 points per game. Only Mo Salah can better his tally of 15 shots in the box at home amongst midfielders. Southampton have given up 9 big chances in their last 4 matches, with only Leeds, Brentford, Liverpool and Fulham allowing more. Similarly, Gabriel Martinelli has amassed 3 goals and 2 assists across 5 matches at the Emirates this season, averaging 7.2 points per game. He's fashioned a team-leading total of 15 attempted assists in them, while his tally of 18 shots at home trails only Salah and Son amongst midfielders. Nottingham Forest have kept just 1 clean sheet away from home this season, and in their last 4 matches on the road, they've shipped 11 goals, with only Leicester conceding more. Phil Foden was left out of the starting lineup for the first time this season last weekend, but will be expected to return against Leicester. In the 4 matches prior, from game weeks 8 to 11, he'd amassed 5 goals and 1 assist, averaging 10 points per game. No midfielder could better his non-penalty expected goals total of 2.15 in that time, while only Jared Bowen attempted more than his 12 shots in the box. Andreas Pereira has delivered returns in 3 of the last 4 game weeks, accruing 1 goal and 3 assists and averaging 6 points per game. The Brazilian has fashioned 12 attempted assists in that time, trailing only Cresswell, Aronson and Fernandes. He's created 3 big chances, with only De Bruyne and Ødegaard faring better, each with 4. Fulham teammate Alexander Mitrovic has now scored in 3 consecutive matches since his return from injury. 6 of his 9 goals this season have come at home, where he ranks second only to Erling Haaland with tallies of 26 shots and 10 big chances. Everton have failed to keep a clean sheet on the road in 6 matches this season. They've conceded 14 big chances in them, with 6 teams faring worse, while no side have faced more shots from inside the box. I believe Mo Salah can rival Erling Haaland for the armband against Leeds this weekend, despite failing to impress in a surprise defeat to Nottingham Forest. Liverpool have failed to win any of their 5 away matches this season, losing 3, but their form at Anfield has been much better. They fashioned 14 big chances in their last 4 home matches. Only Man City have produced more with 17. Salah has been afforded just a single big chance on the road this season, but has claimed 8 of them in home matches. That tally trails only Mitrovic with 10 and Haaland with 11. Leeds have suffered 4 consecutive defeats, failing to keep a clean sheet and conceding 8 goals. Only Wolves and Brentford have shipped more, each with 9. But the safe bet once again undoubtedly lies with Erling Haaland. Following a brace against Brighton, he's up to an astounding tally of 17 goals in 11 matches. That's more than was scored by any Man City player during the entirety of last season. Leicester have kept clean sheets in 4 of their last 5 matches, conceding only 2 goals. But only 1 of their shutouts have come on the road, where they rank second worst with tallies of 19 goals conceded and 18 big chances conceded. Across each team's respective last 4 away matches, the Foxes have shipped a league high total of 13 goals.